I'm Warren Lucy, and on behalf of freebets.com, I'm delighted to be joined with a Premier League legend here today in Matt Le Tissier. Thanks for joining us, Matt.
You're welcome, mate.
Right, we're going to get your tips for the weekend. Firstly, we'll begin with Norwich versus Newcastle. Norwich priced at 6-5 with Sky Bet, Cole and Paddy Power.
Yep.
Newcastle 9-4, Boyle Sports and Stan James. Both teams have been in poor form. What way do you think this is going to go?
Yeah, I think Norwich have had some decent results at home this season against some of the bigger teams. I've had a little bit of a blip recently, but Newcastle, I think they've won away from home all season. So I think 6-5 Norwich is probably about the best price. So I think both teams to score in this game will be a pretty decent bet too.
Yep. Even with Newcastle having the strikers out?
Even with Newcastle having the strikers out, yeah, I think Cisse will step up to the plate, and I think he'll get himself on the score sheet. So him to score at any time might be a decent bet, because you can't really see goals from many other Newcastle players, but I do fancy him.
Next up is your old club, Southampton. They're against Mercy's Villa. Villa priced at 6-4 with a load of bookies. Southampton 15-8 with Labrooks and William Hill. A tough game to call, Matt.
It is a tough game to call. Obviously, Villa have been on a pretty poor run recently, culminating in the defeat by Bradford in the week. So I do fancy Southampton. It's not very often we're as short as 15-8 doing an away game, but those odds appeal to me. I think we've got enough about us, and I think the away win here would be decent value at 15-8.
And both teams to score?
I think there's a very good chance of that as well, yeah. I think both teams do tend to let in goals, so both teams to score. I think maybe even doubling it up with the Norwich Newcastle game might be a decent bet.
Okay, next up is Spurs versus QPR at Loftus Road. Harry against his old club. 3-1 at QPR to get the home win with Betfred and Totesport. Whereas Paddy Power, I think 5-6 on a Spurs win. 20th versus 3rd, only one winner surely.
You would have thought so, but then you would have probably thought that when QPR went to play at Stamford Bridge last week, and just amazed everybody by getting the 3 points there. Incredible result. Whether they can follow that up again, I think Spurs have been pretty decent away from home this season. I think only Man United won more away games this season than them. So at 5-6, I think I'd be quite happy to put my money on Spurs.
On to Sunday's games now, and of course it's the old classic Manchester United versus Liverpool. North-West battle, a tough one to call.
It normally is a tough one to call, but I think just at the moment, I think United have got a little bit too much for Liverpool. I know Liverpool have gone there and got some decent results in the past when they haven't been fancied, but I just feel at the moment Liverpool aren't quite strong enough to go and test Manchester United there, so it would be a home win for me.
Van Persie to carry on his goal-scoring run?
I think Van Persie anytime goal scorer would be a pretty decent bet, to be honest with you. The boy's on fire. I mean, the goal he scored against West Ham in the last minute after coming on the sub was just absolutely sublime. The first touch was different class, and you'd have to fancy him to score in every game he plays in at the minute.
On Van Persie, his old club are facing Manchester City at the Emirates. 13-8 on Arsenal, 13-8 on Manchester City. What way is this going to go?
Well, the bookies don't often get it too far wrong, and looking at those odds there, they clearly fancy it to be a draw, to be honest with you. And so I think that's a sensible option in this game for me, and represents pretty good value.
Indeed. Well, there we have it. Matt's had his say. Now you go and have yours at freebets.com for all the best prices from all the bookies.